What is up, everyone? Today there is a Bolens with a flathead Briggs on a 4.5 horsepower normal push mower. A little dirty, but there's no rust, and yeah, that's nice. Cable works. Recoil could be a little concerning in the future, but the main point of this video is it doesn't move. It's stuck. It's not wanting to play or run or anything. So we need to figure out why, and if it's salvageable, and if it is, we'll fix it. If not, then we'll have to replace it. So let's go ahead and get started. Before we do so, I do have to say, if you do like small engine repair videos, consider subscribing. I post at least a few times a week, and hopefully eventually I'll get to your machine if you need a little assistance. And even if I didn't get to it, leave a comment below. I'll be happy to go over it with you. Now my mandatory stuff is done. Let's go ahead and get started. So let's just do a visual inspection first. My floor looks pretty clean, so that's good. There's a little bit of oil residue there, but it's not that bad. It's not caked on the deck. It's not caked on the side, so that's good. There's really three main causes and that would come to mind why this is happening. The first one's the best one, is just hydro-locked. With this type of carb though, I don't know. The other one has just been sitting for a long time. You know, if it doesn't move, it can just kind of freeze into place. You just have to free it up, and majority of the time, depending on the condition, it will work just fine right after. Third one's a bad one. Third one is it got overheated due to lack of oil or lubrication, and it's probably toast. The likelihood of you fixing one of those is pretty nil, and even if you do, the longevity is severely gone. So, having said that, easiest thing to check is the oil. This one doesn't have that long dipstick. It just has this little filled drain plug over here. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Yeah, usually that's on a lot tighter. Oh my. Yeah, that's not good. Not good at all. Well, I'm going to fill it up with bad oil, and we'll see what's going on. In addition to that, the oil I put in there was actually 0W20 used oil I took out of one of my vehicles. Now, that's just to kind of let it run. I don't want to put good oil in there. So if it does run, a lighter weight oil is probably a benefit to it anyway. WD-40. You can also use penetrating oil, Marvel, doesn't matter. Just a good thin, lightweight oil. And with the plug out, I'm going to try to pull it over. And if this doesn't work, we're going to have to take the top off, or the recoil. Ooh. Yeah, no. Not really. That's generally not a good sign. Recoil is removed. Let's see if we can turn it by hand. Oh, that wasn't even difficult. I got a little more difficult. I'm going to take a ratchet to that. It might be easier and probably a little safer. Don't want to crunch my fingers on something. Let's see what we have here. Okay, literally it's to the point where it removed this bolt, or excuse me, the nut. Tighten that down. try the other direction again. Well, whatever we were stuck on, it appears to have cured itself. This is the problem. I see a lot of oil buildup here, which is probably definitely the reason. Maybe the seal or something, or yeah, probably the seal gave out and it's blowing oil everywhere. So I think what we're going to do is this. We're going to put, there is fuel in it already. I don't know if it's any good fuel, but there's fuel. And put the cover back on, which is just 3 3/8, 2 on the side, 1 in the front. And then I'm going to put the compression tester on there. And we're going to see if we build any, if any, pressure. I pulled it over without the plug-in, try to evacuate some of that WD I put in there so I don't completely mess up my compression tester. Let's give it a pull. That's not good. I can tell already. I'd be lucky if I see 10. And I was right. 10. Not a single thing above. Maybe even less. Actually, no. I think that was just completely 0. Likelihood of us fixing this is pretty nil. But we can at least take a look at the damage. So let's do that. At this moment in time, I want to warn all headphone users. I am going to be cranking on this with the impact, so fair and proper warning, turn it down. Okay, let's go. Now, if this was overheated, these probably would be pretty loose. So far, kind of feels that way. So you don't have to take them out in any order or put them in any order. There's also a 3/8 right there I removed prior to this. Now, every time you take a head off, you should always have a new head gasket. I do have one, but the chances of this motor ever motoring again is... I'm pretty sure there is no chance. It has motored its last motorings.
The head doesn't look good.
Which would be a surprise if it was bad. But let's take a towel, kind of wipe up some of this WD-40 we have chilling in here. Oh, that's nice. Well, I think I know why. There was no compression at all. The piston's not moving. It's usually not good. We're going to see if the piston's stuck or what. No, it's not. It probably hit the end of its travel there. So, let's clean it up again. It's not really any deep gashes. I don't really feel any gashes. I see a few minor lines, but that could be honed out pretty easily. Hopefully you can see those. It looks worse than it is. I think some of it might just be oil buildup or maybe wear, but I don't feel them. I can't even get my nail on it. It feels smooth. That's usually a good sign that the bore is okay. Is if you try to rub your fingernail over it, doesn't get caught, or you don't feel it at all, it's probably okay. Having said that, what would this need to be done to have it working again? Well, bare minimum, we're going to need a piston, probably rings, and most definitely a connecting rod. If and only if that was the only thing, it would be, you can get kits $60-$65 for that come with the piston, the connecting rod, the head gasket, the rings, and maybe the sump gasket. I don't quite remember. Let's just say yes. So $65. This machine is an $80 machine where I live. $15 profit. And to do that, take the motor off, open it up, and hope that the the crankshaft is okay. 99% of the time, it's not. However, you can usually have a possibility, just a possibility, of cleaning it and smoothing it out and having a good surface to work with. That's fine. Majority of the time, that's a lot of work. Minimum time to do that is probably a good, if the connecting rod is perfect, was about a half an hour to 45 minutes. Maybe longer. It's longer if I record it. If the connecting rod does require some additional work with possibly with muriatic acid, and that takes a long time to prep and to prepare and to take safety precautions and all that nonsense, we're looking at an hour and a half to 2 hours probably. 2 hours for $15, not worth it. This motor I can't really even sell by itself because it's really not sought after very much here. Maybe in other places it is, but here I literally would be working for about $4 an hour. That no thank you. Having said that, leave a comment below if you do want to see this done. I'm willing to do the work. This is a hobby for me, so it's not like I need the money. At least it is a little bit of a bonus. And who knows? I'm monetized now. Maybe the monetization of this can help do that. So if you do want to see that, put a thumbs up, put a comment below. I'm going to keep this on the side of the house in a dry location, put everything back together, and when I do post this video, if I get enough response to it, I'll buy it and we'll do it together. So if you want to see that, like I said, thumbs up, comment below, and we'll do it. Scout's Honor. No, that's not the right one. Scout's Honor. There we go. Okay, having said that, let's go over the obvious. This is what happens when you run out of fuel or you run out of oil. It's not good. Don't do that. You could tell it's been leaking oil for quite some time. It was very deceiving. Usually it's down here, but obviously with, I think the top of the crankshaft seal was bad and just leaking oil everywhere. There's a couple of different options. Let's see if the valves even move. Yeah, the valves move. Okay. Does it go back? It goes back. Oh yeah, they're all moving. So, but this is a rebuildable engine, probably, with the exception of, the only large exception is the crankshaft. That could be expensive. I didn't even look at that. They're too expensive to replace, to be honest, unless it's a Honda and you have a bent shaft, in which case, yeah, it's not that bad. It's like $60-$80. You could sell that for easily for $220. Having said that, I did get this for free. I don't know if I mentioned that yet. I'm rambling, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that. Don't run your machine without any oil. If you do want to see this, I'm going to post it up probably tonight. I'm going to give it about a week. If there's nothing, I'm just going to yank this off and put one of my spares on there. So, like I said, give it a like. I'll see you later. Don't forget to subscribe. And catch me in the next video.